as well. Awesome. So let me find the next button. So here are the steps that we're going to go through. So of course, introduction, the KonMari method, what to buy and where. We're going to have a cleaning demonstration where I teach you how to clean your keyboard. As you see, here's mine. It's very colorful. I love it. Um, and then I'm going to tell you about other resources that helped me make sure that my desk area is clean. And six will be questions and closing remarks. So I'm going to give out a poll to you all so we can figure out which way to do it. And while you're filling out the poll, I am going to introduce myself. So let me read the question for you first. So how would you like this? How would you like to see this demonstration? So I can guide you in the cleaning. So I can tell you what to do. I'll give you some time to do your cleaning, and or I can talk and you can see me clean as well. Or I talk through the steps, just go through it all. You can come back to the YouTube video after this is done. It is the quickest way. We'll probably be done a little early. So if you have to go to class or anything like that, this would be perfect for you. So I'll let you do that. My name is Janine, and I am the GA for the graduate assistant for Campus Life. I graduated from ODU, and when I was an undergrad, I hated cleaning. Who can relate to that? Do a reaction on the Zoom if you can relate. If you hate cleaning, or can sometimes like it's a drag. I know for me it is. Well, I'm going to help you and motivate you to get your space clean, specifically your desk area. Since we are taking classes online, some are hybrid, it is important to make sure that we clean our work area. So, this can influence your productivity and motivation. So, if you have a really messy space, it can block your creativity. But if you have it clean, you'll feel more inspired and have the energy to be successful. So, let's end the poll. And we are going to go through the steps. There we go. Cool. So, next is a nice little quote. So it says, "You never know what you have until your room is clean." So, who else can relate when they're cleaning their room or their resident hall room, and they've been looking for something like a long time ago, and then now after you're cleaning, it comes up out of nowhere. You're like, "I was looking for this like a month ago." Happens to me all the time. Okay. So we're going to talk about the KonMari method by Marie Kendo. This encourages tidying by category and not by location. So she has a Netflix show that you can watch as well. And talking about beginning with clothes, then moving on to books, papers, miscellaneous items, and finally sentimental items, keeping only those that speak to the heart and discard items that no longer spark joy. So, here is the first steps. The first steps is take everything off. So, take everything off from your desk, your laptops, your books, trash, anything like that. And then you'll categorize them by important documents, textbooks, journals, etc. If you have trash on your desk, make sure you put those in the trash can as its own little category. Next thing you'll do is use a wet cloth to wipe down your desk. You can use a multi-purpose disinfecting spray or yeah, disinfecting spray, put it on the rag and wipe your desk down to prevent diseases like COVID and other bacteria. If you have a wooden desk, there are special sprays to make sure that the wood does not get damaged and it will look very polished. Also, make sure to clean the screens of your laptop, or if you have a computer like I do, I have like a dual monitor setup going on. So make sure you wipe those down with a special spray or wipe it down with like probably Windex or something. Not sure if that's super safe, but I do it sometimes. Let's see what is next. So, next thing you'll do is go through your books, notebooks, and papers. For me, I am a huge notebook hoarder. I have notebooks from years. Sometimes I keep some of them because they have my choreography that when I used to teach dance, I keep those so that in case I need to look back and I'm teaching again, I have them saved. And then also paper. So if you have any receipts or trash, make sure those get thrown out. But if they're important papers like your taxes, W-2s, important receipts, make sure you categorize them and put them orderly into a filer or a magazine holder. Those are very awesome to make sure that everything stays organized, especially if you have a bookcase. So, next is a pen check. So, let me show you actually. Let me see if I can reach it. Here are some of my very own pens. These are not all of my pens, but I have a lot of them. So these are the ones that I keep closest to my desk because these are the ones that I use the most. So what you're going to do is take a pen and you're going to take a piece of paper and you're going to write on it. And so make sure that those pens work. Keep your favorites, especially of the ones that you really enjoy to write with. Keep those in a special compartment so that it's close to you on your desk, and I got this cute little pen holder from Five Below. Can you see the detail? There we go. Yes. So throw away the old pens and then use the cup or a bin to put the pencils and pens away. If you have a lot more like I do, put them in a bigger bin and store them in a bookcase or under your desk. Next is miscellaneous items. So, sticky notes, make sure to keep at least one pack near you on your desk and put the rest away with the other papers. You can also get a desk organizer, and I'll show you a picture of that in a little bit. You can use desk organizers for paper clips, for pins, for note cards, etc. Other stationery and room decor you can use to hold them as well. So make sure to put all of your textbooks, notebooks, and self help books in a tin. You can put that also with your miscellaneous items under your desk, or if you have a bookcase. If you have a bookcase, you can place them. Yep. Da da da. I'm reading my notes. Oh, also to have in your miscellaneous drawer a nice separate bin for batteries and wires so that they get separated from everything else. And especially with wires, make sure that they don't get tangled together because those are not fun. So the next thing is to decorate. Something that I did for decorating my space is using Pinterest. You can have different aesthetics. So if you want a more modern and sleek feel, if you want a more pastel look, definitely search through Pinterest and it'll give you a lot of great ideas. For mine is more like a black and white kind of feel, but of course with my rainbow keyboard, it helps with to bring a little bit of color to my desk area. Awesome. So, what to buy and where? Just to name a few stores, IKEA, definitely great. They have a lot of sales going on. And I definitely picked out materials that are college student friendly to the budget because I know how it is how to be a broke college student. Been there, done that. So we have IKEA, Five Below, Target, Dollar Tree, Walmart, and my favorite, the Container Store. I believe there is one in Dadeland or Westland Mall, something like that. Around there, definitely it's nearby. So Google it and get your items from the Container Store. So here are some items that I found in IKEA that can help you with sorting and organizing your stuff. So we have the Linart, which is $14.99. I believe that one was on sale and was the cheapest one. Rosk, I'm really bad with pronouncing Swedish words. So Roskig is $29.99. The Lankmog is like a case that you can put your sticky notes and your pins. You can put them there. They're $7.99 for a 3-pack. So you see there's one big one, the one that's open, and then the smaller one on top of the bigger one. And then the God Morgan is $19.99. You can put your pencils and pens there, your sticky notes, all of that, and that can help with organizing your drawers. If you were to use like the line art, you can place that in there. The Container Store. So they have a Smart Store tall inserts for $3.99 each. You can put your scissors, your pencils and pens there. The shallow metal drawer organizers is good as well for your pins, your paper clips, etc. The Big So Graphite Stockholm desktop file is good for those important papers that you need to keep safe and away from everything else. It's also a great place if you want to put your notebooks and your textbooks in there, and also with the magazine file. So they actually have a Marie Kendo who does the um Ken Marie the Con Marie I wow, I'm blanking. The things that we just went over, they have a line with her, the Container Store, so they collab together and they have a lot of items that you can buy to be organized. It's more of a marble feel. She has one with marble feel, and then there's a wooden one. So I think it was very nice that they have both of them. So next, I'm going to do the cleaning demonstration for the keyboard. So some items before I move my camera to be on my keyboard are some items you may need. You can use a paintbrush or one of these items to get in between the keys, or once you take off the keys, you can brush under. And an air compressor like I have here. You can buy this one from Walmart. This is like the electronic Walmart brand that they have. On the bottom is the screen cleaner, so that'll help you make sure that your screen is clean. The items that I'm using for today's demonstration is the alcohol. I have Q-tips. I have a bowl of soap and water. And I also have an assistant that's going to be helping me with this demonstration as well. So let me stop the share. Let me pin my video. There we go. And then look at that. Cool. Let me bring my notes out. All right, assistant, can you come help? So, the first thing you're going to need to do is unplug your keyboard, of course. Wow, this was hard to do with one hand. And make sure to take a picture of all of the keys. So as you see, some of my keys are colored, so I need to make sure that I put them in the right space. Move this out the way. So then you're going to start by taking off the keys. I have this item which is going to help me take out the thing just like that. And then you're going to put them into the oh, there you go. I couldn't see my hand for a second. Into the water for them to soak. So,
What if we have a laptop?
yes, I was
I can't
just
do
about
that.
to explain. So, if you have a Mac, I know I have one as well with my computer, just use the paintbrush item that I showed you earlier in the not resources, in the items to buy. You'll use that, and you'll also use a wipe to wipe down the
Like a
keys.
disinfectant wipe from like Clorox.
Right. Mhm.
Okay.
Exactly. You
Okay,
could also use the air
great.
compressor, because I know sometimes, like, I'm a person who sheds a lot. So if you have hair or other crumbs, like if you eat near your laptop, you can use an air compressor to help as well. Oh, actually, my assistant brought a one. to help with your screen wipes. Huh?
Okay.
And to use for your
Nice.
keyboard too. So if you want to take a picture of that, go ahead. I'll let you do that while I'm still taking out the pieces.
Thank you.
Yes, of course. And I feel like with cleaning, this is very satisfying for people to watch. I know for me, I've been like on my TikToks, I've been like watching cleaning TikToks, and they've been really fun. And they actually motivate me to do cleaning. Ooh. Are there any other questions while I am doing this? I hope everyone has enjoyed their first few days back to school. I hope everyone is enjoying their classes so far. So, as I'm taking the rest out, when you're cleaning your key the keys, you'll mix it in, get it real nice and good. There's two ways that you can clean them. So, you can do this method where you clean and then you'll strain them. Make sure that when you're straining them that you also put it under hot water while you're straining them. And then you can put it in here, just let them soak. This is the second option, just let them soak with the water. And then you just take them out. I feel like that option will make it a little bit longer to dry. So make sure that your item, like your keys, are all dry before you put them back onto your keyboard because it can cause a short circuit and we do not want that. Go. And of course, you could possibly ask, of course, if you work in an office, you can ask to do something similar to this to make sure that the keyboards are clean, especially if you share a desk with multiple people, especially during times of COVID. Make sure you are safe wearing your masks. FIU now has testing where they can test through the mouth instead of the nose. So, especially if you traveled, make sure to get your free COVID test through FIU. It's at both. Oh, this one's hard to get out. At both campuses. This one's going to be. How do I do it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Come on. Now they're getting tricky with me. Here we go. Oh no. This one's getting hard. Oh, really? You could also use your hand to like apparently wiggle them out too. No, I'm not gonna do that. That seems scary. If you have a more um sturdier keyboard than mine. Cool. We did it. We got all of them out. So gonna move this to the side. You'll wash them, get them nice and clean. Hmm? Right. So a lot of so mine is a little bit my keyboard is a little bit smaller than the normal keyboard. Like mine doesn't have like a number pad and stuff like that. So it'll take a little bit more keys to get out, but it's good to get them clean. So my assistant is going to use a strainer. He'll be right back. He's going to strain them, put them under hot water. And while he does that, I am. We are going to clean the rest of my keyboard. So I'm going to use an air compressor. Hope you can. Let's see if we can get really in there. See, look at the see some crumbs in here. Probably some hair in there from when I shed my hair. Sorry if it's loud. I'm gonna mute myself real quick. Wanted to make sure I muted myself so that the because the air is pretty loud. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a Q-tip, and I'm gonna put alcohol on said Q-tip. You can also use a microfiber cloth, and you can wipe in between the key binds as well. If you need to clean on the actual keys, do not actually like press deep on them. Just do like a nice little tap on it because it can mess up the keys. I have more little stains in between. So let me put more alcohol so I can really get in there, make sure it is clean. There's a little piece of hair right there, so just go in there, clean that out. Okay, look at that difference. I feel like it looks definitely a lot more cleaner. Hopefully you can tell by the camera. It definitely looks a lot cleaner. You can also use, if you don't have like a lot of dirt to clean off, go here and you go in between like I did with the Q-tip. Get any last minute dust that I probably missed. Cool. So you can also use these to get in between the the crevices. I don't like that word, but that was the best way to explain it. Okay. So now we got the keys back, and we're going to place them on a towel to make sure that they dry. Depending on how fast your keys dry and how well you dry them yourself, it can take up to probably 6 hours to a day for it to dry. So it's good to pat dry them so that you don't mess up the the keys. And then you'll place them on the towel to dry. And you want to make sure that they're really dry before putting them back on your keyboard. Are there any questions while I'm doing this part? I definitely hope we are learning. This was fun to do. I love watching people clean. I know I definitely feel better after I clean. So, okay. While I do the rest of this, I'm going to put. Oh, how often do you clean them? How often do you think, Patrick, that we need to clean the keyboard? So, deep cleaning like this, you can do it like every few months, maybe 2 or 3 months, you would say? If you're really dirty, you probably don't have, not if like, so if you're not really that dirty, you don't have to do it that often. Hmm. So what he does, like for a quick clean, is that he turns his keyboard upside down. He uses the air compressor and the little brush that I showed you, and all the dirt just falls out. And then that's a quick way to clean. This is more of like a deep clean. I got this keyboard back in August, so I think it was due for, or September. It was due for a deep clean, especially since I had crumbs in between, and especially because I have a white keyboard. It like you can see more if like you dirty it than compared to a black keyboard. That was a good question. Okay, let me go back to sharing my screen. So let me remove pin from there. So I'm going to tell you a little bit of resources and what helped me with making sure I stay organized and my desk area stays clean. So I went to YouTube channels. I went to Study with Jess, At Home with Nikki. I am just Elena, Neil Space, and Matthew Asina. This is good for all genders and races. I know that it's important to like have representation. So we have like a black woman being represented in this. We have I think she was Australian. Study with Jess is Australian. So we have people from international areas. Um, Neil and Matthew are masculine or slash males. So they can give more of a masculine feel to making sure that you are organized if that is what you prefer. So that is it. Are there any questions? I do not have links to the YouTube channels, but you can just, if you want to take a picture real quick of these YouTube channels to make sure that you got them for you to save. Also, like I said, make sure to follow Student Life and Development, our Campus Life YouTube channel, to get all of our life skills events that were done on Zoom. Also, there are events hosted by other councils and student orgs on there as well, such as SGA. Let's move that back here so you can see me while we close out. Does anyone have any questions? Questions, comments, concerns, anything?
I don't have any questions, but I will comment saying that when you were cleaning and talking, it kind of reminded me of like an ASMR video, and it was quite relaxing.
I love that. I don't watch a lot of ASMR, but I know what you're talking about. My nephew, he used to watch this one lady um who did a lot of ASMR. So I'm thinking about him as you said that. I'm gonna stop the